Hello, everyone. Welcome to MissGuided Magic. I'm your DM, Maria Oglesby, and we are here today with Beth, Kristen, Chris, Abby, and Allison. Our all-female cast of Brains and Brawn as we work together to unlock the secrets of Amalia. Last session, the group had some interesting role play, some hijinks, breaking into a secret greenhouse disguised as a newt, doing some investigations as to what may or may not be certain codes for spies, some Daisy-related mishaps, and we ended with a ballroom scene where, as every character had a moment to speak with an NPC, you notice these giant, like, pink blossom trees gently swaying back and forth. Eventually, as people started moving closer to them, moving more and more, and ultimately beginning to rip out of their moors that they had been planted in earlier that day, as you guys saw them being imported. We are going to start the session by rolling initiative. So when I call you out, please let me know what your initiative is. Scoria?
Seven.
All right. If you're rolling on D&D Beyond, it's automatically appearing. So, Brosco, what's your dex? Because I see you both rolled a 7. And Scoria, what is your dex?
My dex is 13 plus 1.
Brosco, what is your dex?
You're muted. I'm so sorry. I was like, there's my dex. It's a +4, 19.
Okay. So, Brosco will go first. Hone.
So can I use Dead Ambushers so I can add my Wisdom modifier to my initiative rolls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to be 19 plus 4. So
23. And then, oh, there's no other duplicates. Great.
Me. Did you get me in there?
If you are rolling on D&D Beyond, it automatically appears.
Perfect. Love it.
All right, so we're going to start off with Hone. You were first to react as, oh, actually, I'm so sorry, because these creatures surprised you. They are going to get a sneak attack round, or surprise round, and then...
Oh, great.
Very unfair of them, TBH.
And you guys will...
Damn trees.
Let me move them to the token layer. So you watch as these enormous trees begin to sway back and forth, ripping out of their moors, and eventually morphing into creatures which definitely are not the same as the creatures you saw on the demi-plane, but have similar coloring. The like bark roughened faces sort of like morphing into something that feels a little bit more viscous and vine-like. The various like, sorry, trying to label these things at once. The various branches sort of pulling back and becoming a little bit more sort of like tendril-esque as they stomp forward on enormous rooted feet. 2 of them are the trees you saw. As you look, something wriggles in the roots as the branches break free of the tile they were anchored in. And you see 3 vine-like creatures surrounded by bits of foliage that looks like it's grown up to shield them. These things look very familiar to you. In fact, Beetle was attacked by these not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the first creatures, the trees, are going to move forward. And let me just check their speed. Okay. They're going to swing out at the first thing they see. So this one is going to make 2 attacks at Scoria and 1 at Lenore. Scoria, that's, let me double check. A 13 and an 11 to hit.
Those don't hit! Yay!
Lenore, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
The tree slams into Lenore. She goes down, like, faster than you would think. It slams into her head, and her head hits the tile, and you feel this, like, sickening crunch as the tree root, like, smashes over her. She is not moving.
Oh, no.
No,
they're politicians.
Oh,
no.
4 politicians. The other creature is going to attack Hone. Hone, that's going to be 3 attacks at you. That's cocked. A 13, a nat 20, and a 23.
Those all hit.
13 hits you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm not wearing armor. I didn't think I would fight today.
You're going to take 38 points of damage as this thing slams into you.
Right. I am down.
You guys watch as the trees just move forward, one of them smashing to Lenore, the other Hone, and both of them just go down like rocks. The other 2 creatures, this is going to move over here. This is going to move over here. This red one will have to dash, so it's not going to do anything right now. But the yellow one is going to inch forward and snake its tendril around Emmeth's foot, and it's going to make an attack at her. And that's going to be...
This is not the queen.
That's going to miss. That's a nat 1. So she like hisses and moves her foot back. And this one is going to dash over here. But again, it cannot get anywhere right now. Hone, you were the first to react. Make a death save.
Hey, all right.
So that's D20 plus your constitution bonus.
Yeah, it's a nat 20.
Oh, if you rolled a nat 20, then you're stabilized and at 1 hit point.
Woohoo!
Huzzah.
Heck yeah.
Are
Hell
slammed
yeah.
into the floor, and your fight or flight instincts flare. This blast of like white magic flecked with green like surges up in you, and you feel this force pushing you to your feet. You know that your time has not come yet, and you almost are forced to open your eyes, opening them up as anyone who looks at him will see this bright glow to his irises for a moment before it fades. That will be your turn, but you are alive now.
I'm good.
All right. Emmeth is the next quickest to react. She is going to look around, see what's happening, and she's going to grab onto the queen, and she's going to cast Thunderstep. So
Ooh.
Good one.
that's going to be Brosco and the Vine. That's a con save.
I was like, wait a minute, I think I know how that works.
Yep.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Do what she's got to do.
It's within 10 feet. So that'll be both the Vine creatures and Brosco. Okay, 13 is a fail. I think that's what. Oh, sorry, that was me rolling. What's your con save?
I'm just trying to. There we go. 19 total.
Okay, that succeeds. So I believe it's then half damage. Sorry, I have so many character
It's all
sheets.
good.
Give me 1 second.
A tab tabs down on my character sheet, and I was like, no, I need to see what my con is.
Okay.
I rolled pretty good.
Emmeth is going to teleport in a blast of thunder that echoes throughout the entire room, and she and the queen are going to move over here. These creatures, the 2 vines, both failed their save and are going to take 13 points of thunder damage. Brosco, you are going to take 6. Let me do that. Red and yellow. Right. Oh, actually, sorry. As you move to take the thunder damage, you feel this shimmering shield sort of move up in front of you as Lannon's magic disappears. Sorry, Emmeth. As Emmeth's magic disappears, you are shielded from it, as if it's like almost pulled back, and she's going to absorb that damage with her ward.
Oh, so no damage?
Yeah, so no damage then. Let me-
Amazing.
6. Okay.
He's licking my head.
I love your cat.
Slumpy is here to help.
Julian, you are next up.
Yeah. So I am going to move just a hair closer to the queen and to Beetle. I'm going to look at the queen and just say, stay close. And for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on her. So she'll take a +2 to her AC for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to focus all of my energy on all of my allies around me and touch my holy symbol and channel divinity to cast Twilight Sanctuary. So a 30-foot radius around me will be sort of illuminated with just a faint white light, and everybody within that 30-foot radius, as they end their turn, will get to add 1d6 plus 4 temporary hit points. So
Nice.
hopefully that will be helpful too.
Could you read me out the rules? I don't believe that affects unconscious creatures, correct?
Let's see. It just says
I don't.
Okay. Can you go
Yeah.
ahead and roll the temporary hit points and everyone can add the same amount?
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 7, lucky number 7 for those
Right.
temporary hit points.
Thank you.
Okay, and that'll be my turn.
Right. I would say it's then the partygoers' turn. The gnome you were talking to, Julian, like just like looks around, like sees how quickly those first 2 people went down, and is gonna just sprint the fuck away.
Very reasonable.
As is everybody else. Although you notice that not all of them are necessarily going for exits. Perhaps some are going for hiding places. Oh, actually,
I was gonna say, are the other trees uprooting?
no. Some of
Oh,
them
good.
don't appear to be uprooted. Faris, I just want to make a check for
Thank
Faris.
goodness.
Yeah, Faris is going to book it out of there. Get the fuck out. Some people still seem unaware of what's happened, people who are not observing this directly. It is in the creature's turn. The creature who just saw you get up, Hone, is going to make an attack at you.
Don't.
That's a 15,
Yeah, that hits.
and you are going to be down again.
Woo! All right.
Let me check the creature's intelligence. Okay. The creature seeing you down is then going to move over here, about 20 feet up, and make its last 2 attacks at Brosco. Brosco, that's a 15 and a 10 to hit.
15 hits, 10 does not.
All right. The tree, as it clumps toward you, like just leaving like bits of dried earth in its wake that quickly turns kind of slimy and viscous, it's going to swing out one branch at you and catch you on the side of the head. You're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gross.
The one next to Scoria is going to swing out at her. Scoria, that's a 15, a 16, and a 24.
They all hit.
Good.
Going to be 28 points of damage.
I have 2 hit points left until the end of my turn when the temporary hit points hit.
Oh, God.
What is Tizzy doing?
Oh, my
Uh,
handsome
well,
elf
her-
companion left.
Up next. This creature is going to dash and get near you, Julianne, but it's not going to be able to reach you.
Okay.
Creature is also going to dash. One of the vines is going to lunge out at you, Brosco.
Oh God.
That's a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. The vines are going to just try and like coil around you, and one reaches out to you, and as you're hit off balance by the tree, the vine just misses you, and you sort of feel the graze of it against your skin, but it doesn't latch on. Tibby is going to scream and dash forward. 20, be able to get to Scoria. 25. Gosh, she's mostly support. All right, let's double check. She is going to cast you have to touch? I think you have to touch everyone. She's just going to then. I mean, she's going to cast Mage Armor, I think, on you. Well, Scoria, you have armor technically. To put Mage Armor on herself then. Yeah. Yeah, because she's kind of screwed otherwise. All right, and she's going to touch herself, and you see this like sort of spectral, sort of almost vine-like armor spring up around you. You see some of the flowers of Vertohin like spring up and cast this like spectral shield to form little plates. And she kind of looks wildly around and just says, "Is everyone okay?" And like clearly sees like Lenore dying on the floor, and then screams and calls out like, "Did anyone heal her?"
I haven't had a chance.
It's gonna be your turn. Beetle, did you not go?
I
Yeah.
didn't. I was way at the bottom of the order. I
Yeah.
was
It's
Why did it not?
it's a bunch of creatures. Then
because I rolled a 6.
yeah.
Oh no.
It's
I'm
not
so
a
sorry.
great day to
I
be
think
old.
for some reason it might have jumped past you. I'm so sorry. Sometimes when I scroll in D&D Beyond to reduce the monster's HP, like it resets the count on
Oh, it's
roll.
okay.
Okay, so the creatures went, and then it should have been Tibby. Okay, and then Brosco, and then Scoria, and then Beetle.
Yeah.
So Brosco, you are up.
Because I don't think I can get past these three at the moment. What I am gonna do is use Adrenaline Rush to bonus action dash, which gives me 2 temp hit points, which is kind of fun. But I'm gonna use that to run over, use my action if I can to pick up Lenore.
Okay, are you disengaging, or do you want to take opportunity attacks?
Can I disengage and pick up Lenore?
Yes, because you can use your bonus action to disengage.
I used my bonus action to dash, to use Adrenaline Rush. That-
Okay. Yeah, you can do one thing with your bonus action, and then you can pick her up with your action.
Yeah, I'll take the opportunity attacks for right
Okay.
now, and then I'm gonna pick up Lenore and use the rest of. See where I can go with. I think once picking her up, I'm encumbered, so I can only go. Well, I can get over here. I think, right?
Well, orcs are considered large creatures when, in regards to carrying capacity. aren't they?
Oh, they are. You're right.
So you're
Okay,
easily encumbered.
excellent.
got
That's
Buff muscles.
golly gosh. All right. So what I'm gonna do is pick up Lenore and kind of get my way over to these guys. To I guess maybe drop her off because I know Beetle has some healing abilities, and if I can get her, I can't help Han right now. So if I can help her and put her in a position where she's not going to get attacked more.
Okay,
That's
if you
what I
do
do.
that and move past this creature as well, you are going to take 4 opportunity attacks.
Then can I just go this way instead? Because I think I have 60 feet, so I can go like around this the frog statue.
As long as you go around the fountain and you can work out the movement to do it, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll just go around the fountain and then I'll calculate. I think 60 feet is what I can do. So yeah, I can get exactly where I want to go.
Great.
So I'll get over here with them, and that's going to be my full turn for right now.
Okay.
And
That'll be 3.
can I shout something out real quick?
Yes.
I'll say, remember, they don't like fire. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. That's going to be, okay, a 14, a 16, and a 20 to hit.
3 of them hit. 14, 16, 20?
Yeah.
3 or 4?
You took 3 opportunity attacks.
Oh,
it's
okay.
14,
So two of them hits. 2 of them hit and 1 does not.
Okay. So then the big one, the 14 missed, so that would be the big one, and then the 2 little ones would hit. So, oh, I'm sorry, they have different bonuses. So it would have been a 14 a 12, and then was it 20? So 16. So one of them would hit then, I'm
Oh,
assuming.
lovely. Look at that rogue.
There you go. You're going to take 6 points of damage, and then I'd like you to make an athletics or acrobatics check, because this thing is going to attempt to grapple you upon the hit and stop you from moving.
Nice. 22.
Okay. You pick up Lenore's dying form, and as you sprint off, a vine reaches out and wraps around your leg and tries to constrict you, but you're able to twist your foot out of the way and sprint across the floor to sort of laying her down in what you believe to be a safe space. Scoria, you are up.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the one next to me as my bonus action. Or wait, 2 spells. I can't do that. Crap.
You can do a bonus action spell and a cantrip, or you can do an action spell.
I will just do... Oh, I'll cast Shillelagh as my cantrip bonus action.
Okay, Cure Wounds is an action spell. So is Hunter's Mark a bonus action that you're doing? And then
It is, but it's a level 1 spell. It's not a cantrip. So Cure Wounds and then Shillelagh is a cantrip, though.
right, Hunter's Mark is bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do Shillelagh instead since I'm doing Cure Wounds because I need it.
Okay. And then this creature is Hunter's Mark. Let me find a label for it.
Or no Hunter's Mark. It's going to be Shillelagh, not Hunter's Mark.
Okay. So Shillelagh and then a bonus action spell.
No, the action is Cure Wounds. And then bonus action is Shillelagh.
Shillelagh is a cantrip, I believe.
Yes.
So you can do an action spell, or you can do a bonus action spell and a cantrip. Both of those are action.
Oh, okay. Then just Cure Wounds. And I don't want to take an opportunity attack, so I'm just going to stay there.
Okay. All right, Beetle, you're up next.
All right, Grandma's finally taken notice of the situation. Beetle's just going to
Beetle,
hoist herself up.
if I remember correctly from last session, are you drunk?
She's, actually, can I do a luck roll to see if I've been imbibing a little too hard?
Roll a con save.
Oh my god, I love how tickly we're getting here. Oh boy, I've got 1+. Let's see how this goes. Oh no, that's a 5. Oh no.
Oh
I
no.
was gonna say, come on, you've been ingesting all that pond water.
Pond water is different.
You get up a little bit unsteadily. You were currently drunk.
Oh no. I'm gonna lean against this fountain, probably puke a little into the water. I'm gonna see. No, I don't want to move my token. I want to measure. Oh god, I probably don't have depth perception either. Oh no, what have I done? I was just trying to have fun at the party.
20 feet away from the closest one, 30 feet away from the closest big one.
Yeah, Beetle is gonna go for that one right there because that is the closest one and it is currently not wobbling in her sight. And she's gonna hit it with a good old poison spray.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait, poison spray is only 10 feet, so that would not be close enough. I'm instead going to cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
It's a 19 hit.
19 hits.
Oh boy, so this thing, Beetle, I imagine, she's like, "Oh, god damn it," and a thorn shoots out of her wrist, Spider-Man style, and just starts throttling this thing as she does, let's see, 5 damage.
Okay. The creature just gives a little of surprise, as if it's part vine as well, and being attacked by a vine is startling. It sort of turns over. You get the sense, again, it doesn't have eyes, but you get the sense it is looking at you.
Psychological warfare is how you do it, and that will be my turn.
The queen is up next. She is going to look at Emeth and say, "I told you to stop doing that." And
Oh god.
30. She's gonna sprint at this creature, and she's
This
going to
woman.
She's going to pull out a dagger from her sorry. Going to pull out a dagger from her bodice, and she's going to try to stab this thing.
Oh, game moment. I love this.
I'm in love with her.
I know.
All right.
Oh no.
That's going to be.
But she's so brazen.
So she is going to miss. And so she's going to stab into it and just get foliage and just sort of like wiggle her dagger around and just and she looks around at let's see, at Roscoe and points towards the one in front of her. And she says, I think it's about there. And she's going to give you advantage on your next attack against that creature.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Hone, you are up. Oh, and sorry, she's also going to gesture at everybody around here and say, everybody move out of the way.
Oh no.
Wait, where?
You.
Oh,
Who's down?
Yeah, palms down.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Hone, you're up.
That's a save throw, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's a death save.
Okay.
Do those temporary hit points do anything?
They don't do anything when you're unconscious.
Not yet?
You
Okay.
get them, but they don't bring you up.
Right. Got it. Okay.
You will get them when you come up if they're still active.
So that's a success.
Okay. All right, it is then Emma's turn. She is going to grit her teeth, look at Hone, and try not to get him, but we'll see.
Oh no.
Let me double check. Okay, it's 20 feet. Yeah, she's going to hit you. She's going to send both of her fingers outwards, almost as if like she's doing a little finger gun. And this tiny little bead of power is going to move forward. And it sort of hovers for a moment right around here. And then it blossoms out and explodes in a plume of flame as she casts Fireball.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm resistant against fire at least.
You're not hit by it. Home's the only one who gets hit.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like still too close to me.
Home, that is 2 failed death saves.
Hey.
And then the trees going to fail as well. So everybody is going to take 26 points of fire damage in that square.
Holy shit.
Julian is up.
Okay. I am going to look at Hone, just unconscious in the corner, having been engulfed in flames, put my hand out, and I'm going to cast a healing word at 2nd level. You're bad. 11 points of healing. And then, so that's my bonus action. My action, I'm going to I'm gonna I'm not gonna disengage. Queen is literally right here. I'm
Can't look
going
bad in front of
to
her.
I'm gonna all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to gingerly reach into my sleeve and pull out Betty, my switchblade, and I'm going to try to stab this little creature in front of me. He tried it. I'm gonna try it. Oof. Nope, that's an 11.
Okay. Yeah, 11 does miss. So again, you stab into it,
Fine.
not quite in the right spot.
Okay. I'll
Right.
take it.
It is then the creature's turn. the vine creature nearest you, Julian, is going to attempt to attack the person who just stabbed it. So that's going to be 12 to hit.
That misses.
Right. Large creature is going to move over and make 3 attacks at the queen.
Oh God.
Right.
She has her bonus to AC.
That's
Oh, does the queen also get 7 temporary hit points?
She does.
That's
That's-
good.
2 hits and a miss. That's 14 points of bludgeoning damage, but I think she's within 30 feet. But as the creature's moves out to hit her, you see again this like almost spectral shield come up and sort of absorb the impact of the damage. And you see Emmett stagger back a little bit as she takes that hit. Okay. These 2 creatures, one is going to move its 5 feet of movement over to Hone. The other is going to move its
Oh.
5 feet over to Tibby. The one attacking you, Hone, that's going to be
Okay.
a 19 to hit.
Okay.
So you'll go down again as this creature wraps itself around you. The rest of you see this and notice it's wrapping very securely around Hone. From what you remember of these things, if it gets its like wrapped around you, it will continue to hurt you as you die. The red one is going to attempt to attack Tibby,
Oh God.
and it's going to miss. Victoria, what's your passive perception?
12.
Okay. There'll be all of the monsters. And then Anya. Oh, and then Tibby is up. No, Tibby is last. Then it will be Emeth. So I'm so sorry. Did I skip them? Oh no, because Emeth is first. The queen is
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it just says player character because I added 3 unknowns. All right, the queen is going to like look this thing up and down, and then turn back to the vine, which you see there's something calculated in her gaze. She's going to take a moment to take really good aim, and then she's going to attempt to stab it. That will hit.
Ooh.
Right. It's going to do this plus this. All right, that's going to be 26 points of damage to the thing.
Queen is a rogue.
She's also a bard. She gave advantage.
God damn.
Love.
Right. She is going to stab deep into this thing and just kind of leave her knife in it for a moment before pulling it out. And you see this sort of like viscous purplish sap oozing from it. And she's going to look at you, Brosco, and give a sort of nod gesture, like you're next. Brosco, you're up.
Sure am. I feel so bad for Han, but she gave me advantage, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
I
about me.
will. Would I kind of jump over the fountain or run through it?
You can go 5, 10, 15,
Yeah,
20,
I can get there by going around, but
25, 30. But if you want to be impressive, you can make an acrobatics check or athletics check.
no,
Yeah,
just
for the
Frog over the
fashion.
frog?
I'll just go the normal way.
Okay.
I was like, it was really more of a I want to be cool. But
It's pretty cool.
I'll get close enough and I guess make an attack on the little guy. And do I get? Yeah, I get advantage on that because she gave
Yeah, she gave you advantage.
rip that dagger out of my boot wherever I had it. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And do I get sneak attack?
Yep, because you had advantage on the roll.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember how.
I get confused on that for rogues too.
No, so for some reason it feels like a really long time since I played played this game for some reason.
Right. If you scroll down under actions, you should be able to see how many sneak attack dice you get, and then it'll be that plus the damage of the dagger.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. I'll just click those instead. Okay.
North Shore DM is giving inspiration to a number of people. You would like to check.
Ooh.
That's 12 damage total on the little guy. Just gonna rip my dagger out and go, and just do a nice clean, a sort of like ragged slash across it if I can.
Okay. You hear this sort of like scream as you sink your dagger into what seems to be some sort of vital vine. You see a purplish liquid begin to pool underneath the creature. You can tell that it's bleeding fairly heavily.
Oh, and I want to yell back to Beetlebug, "Help Lenore! You're drunk."
Out of
Will be
here.
her third turn coming up that she has made death saves.
Oh shit.
All right. Roscoe, Scoria, you were up next.
All right. Scoria is going to reach out and touch the creature next to her and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That's a natural 20.
Hey.
Ooh, and 3d10 of damage.
So roll the dice, double it, and then add your bonus on top of it.
$28 points of damage.
Okay.
Yes.
You lay your hands on this creature, and as it moves to pull away from you, you let the rough bark against you act like a matchstick, and this like intense purple fire lights up your fingers and sears this deep burn mark, almost like lightning, into the trunk of the tree.
Cool.
You're up.
And
Beetle.
That's me. Oh boy. Beetle, I mean, upon hearing this cry from Brasco to help, she kind of just looks over a bit stumbling. I'll do what I can. And she is going to kind of stumble over to Lenore, look at her, rub her little wrinkly fingers together, and I'm going to make a medicine check to stabilize her.
fair.
When you said I'll do it,
Make a medicine
No,
check.
I don't
More
know.
drunk, so it will be a disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. All right.
Oh,
That's
shit.
an 18 for the first one. Oh, fuck. All right, come on. And that's a 25 for the second. So that's an 18.
Right.
All right.
So you find like this part, like space where her head is bent a little awkwardly, and you can tell it's not broken, but it's definitely like sprained in some way.
I'm gonna
You're
pinch
able
a
to
nerve like that.
pull her into a sitting position, pull one of the rugs out, and get her to a point where her breathing steadies. She'll definitely need healing, but she's no longer making death saves.
Oh, that's that taken care of. And I think that'll be my turn because that counts as an action.
I have
Right?
a
Yeah.
theoretical question. I know maybe it's the wrong time to pose it. If she were to wild shape, would the wild shape also be drunk?
Yeah.
Noted.
I just wanted to know.
Noted.
Okay. Tibby is going to take a pointed look at Emmett's orders and take several steps backward. He's going to take an opportunity attack from the vine creature, which will miss. And then kind of looking around at how dire the situation is, she is going to touch both her chest and then reach out to put her hand on Scoria's shoulder. And both of you blink out of existence. You are now invisible.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, so it looks like they've disappeared. A little not here sign.
You can't see me.
That is. It's your turn. Top of the round, Hone, you are up.
Am I making another death saving throw again?
No, you're up.
I'm up? I'm up?
Yeah,
I
you got a
thought-
healing word.
Oh, right.
Oh, cool. Well, that's nice. Okay.
You're currently
Um,
grappled by this creature.
Yeah.
yeah. Wait a second. Okay, so I'm awake
Mhm.
and in pain.
Yes.
I got slapped like 3 times already. I guess I can try to force my way out of it.
You can use your action to make an athletics or acrobatics check to attempt to escape the grapple.
Okay, I'm gonna try acrobatics,
Okay.
and that is a 15.
So you were able to sort of like wake up, sort of push and elbow your way out from these creatures' tentacles. You are currently prone, so you can get up, which will cost half your movement, and move if you'd like. You will take an opportunity attack.
Okay, and where is the area that I don't want to be? In that where I am, basically, right? Or
Probably over here. So you may want to move in this direction if you want to get out of the way.
Skedaddle.
So movement. It also takes an action to pick up something, right?
You used your action to make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll get up and use the rest of my movement to move away, and do I want to get attacked? I mean, I'm gonna get attacked. Yeah, I'll move out of the way. So I'll take a hit.
All right.
Yes.
That's 14 to hit.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, does that hit?
Yeah. I'm not wearing any armor, guys, so
That's going to be 4 points of damage.
okay, that's
Are you still up?
not, I'm still up.
Okay, great.
Ruh-roh.
I'm not horribly, horribly bad.
Okay.
Hey, and at the end of your turn, you get 7 hit points.
Yes.
Yay!
Make an
Okay.
athletics or acrobatics check.
Uh,
As the creature
Okay.
is going to attempt to grapple you again.
Eat you 9.
Okay. You do have inspiration that was given to you by
That's
one of our
true.
viewers. If you would like to use it, but you do not have to.
I would like to.
Go ahead and roll
I
again.
would like to. Why is that worse?
Oh no.
All right. I am still there, right? So
Yes. So you would attempt to move out of the creature's space, but it would use its reaction to make an attack on you.
okay. Yeah, I'm still grappled again.
Emeth is, I think, since to be moved. Okay. I think she can hit all of these creatures without getting you this time. Yeah.
Don't
Okay, so
stop me. I can do it.
she is going to give a nod, and then call out to the queen. Really wish you wouldn't do this. It would be better if you moved. She's going to again cast. Terrible.
Oh.
Gonna
Beetle
cast-
not getting cooked. She's still raw chicken watching this go down.
All right. So one of the vines does succeed, and the creatures are going to take damage. That's going to be sorry. Let me green tree. All right. The creatures cry out as these two are baked alive. Do you see the vines sort of wither under this inferno as this bead of energy blooms into fire again? And this time the heat seems even more intense. The fire like a bright yellow as opposed to the orange it was before. And this is going to move closer to the queen. And that's going to be her turn. The rest of the partygoers are going to get the fuck out. They have at this point realized what is going on and left. You can hear screams. You can hear a couple people like sobbing, some people calling out for others. you see a rush of servants kind of like moving past and through. The ones that were circulating the room that were maybe petrified in the corner begin to sprint out. There's a mass of bodies making for the exodus as everybody else who can fight is going to inch around and begin to surround these creatures. All right. Julianne, you are up.
Fantastic. Okay, I am going to move just over here so that the queen is not in my way. And I am going to raise my arm up and send just a complete jolt of energy swirling black and white to the big kahuna over here.
Okay.
And cast a guiding bolt.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Come on. I'm going to use my inspiration and we're going to do this again.
Oh, who got inspiration, by the way?
Worse.
Everybody got inspiration.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, so you lean up and attempt to release this bolt of energy, but as you do, a vine like reaches out and attempts to grab your wrist, pulling it down as it tries to pull you into itself. And you manage to like pull yourself free, step back a little bit, feeling the edge of your calves against the fountain, trying not to overbalance. Your shot goes wide.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, it is then the creature's turn. Kind of seeing how much damage she's doing, all of them are going to turn and attack the queen that are next to her.
Okay.
That's going to be 13, and then... Okay, so you watch as these creatures like move to attack her with their vines, and she just sort of like ducks and sort of dips. One creature is going to attempt to land a hit. But again, you see this force field move up and out as, again, Emmeth takes this damage from her. You can see there's a shimmering ward around Emmeth that is now almost depleted. And she seems to be breathing heavily. The other creature over here doesn't seem to need to see. And it's going to lunge and make a move. Yeah, it'll just make it attack Victoria.
Would there be a disadvantage if I'm invisible?
It does not seem to need to see.
Oh, fantastic.
Those are all above 20, so I'm assuming they will all hit.
Yup.
All right.
I hear kitties.
Oh, the babies.
That's going to be 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
I am unconscious.
Right.
Jeez Louise.
Not my great. Wait, actually, wait, no. But instead of her going unconscious, I would like to utilize our pact of kinship and take that damage that would have rendered her unconscious.
Okay, Scoria, you feel the bludgeoning hit you, but the force moves through you almost, and you feel it travel through your magical bond with Beetle. Beetle, you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
Down to 1 hit point.
Right, as you guys look, and anyone who has Beetle in view, there's a crunching and sort of like almost a breaking of brittle bones as her body caves inward as if from a great hit.
Gloria yells out just in the brief second, God damn it.
I'm not gonna let my grandbaby go down.
All right. Those are the creature's turns. And after that, it is the queen. The queen is again going to take aim at this thing. Stab it. That's a 22, so that's going to hit. This is the only remaining one. All right, so you watch as she stabs into it with her dagger again, healing
Holy moly.
29 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
Right? This creature is now like sort of bleeding out, and there's this steely glint in her eye as she prepares to take aim again. As she does, she looks to Scoria and Tibby again and just kind of gestures with her head, move. Right, it is then Roscoe's turn.
I'm gonna scoot over just in the middle here. Can I make an educated guess on which one of these looks the most hurt?
This one definitely looks the most hurt. So Roscoe, if you move over there, you're not going to be flanking with anyone and you're not going to be next to an ally, so you will not get sneak attack. But if you are here, you will be flanking with the queen, and if you are here, you will be within 5 feet of an ally.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll do that. I just wanted to scoot over a little bit.
Okay.
And then I get advantage.
Yep.
And then I'll take another attack at the little guy.
All right. So seeing the queen pin the creature down with her dagger, you take the opportunity to stab into it from the back.
I got a natural 20.
Woo!
Right.
For just because I like to see it for a total 26. And then so that's double all the damage, including the
Double all the
check?
dice and then add your bonuses on top of it.
Okay.
All right, what you got?
So sorry, math just failed me.
Okay.
Just 2 shakes.
Okay, Scoria, you're on deck.
– 26 points of damage total to the little fucker.
How do you want to kill this thing?
I just want to do a cool little flip of my dagger, catch it, and slam it down into like what would be considered the sort of head, or like I want the brain stem, if you will, and just twist it.
All right, the creature gives a sickening cry and goes limp. Effectively dead. And Scoria, you are up.
All right. Heeding the queen, she's going to take the opportunity attack since apparently the creature doesn't need to see, but she is going to run back. We'll go 20 feet.
Okay, it's going to lunge out at you with a branch as it does so. That's a 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the creature slams into your back as you run past.
All right.
Great.
And
Anything
then
else?
for the action,
Okay.
she is going to cast Eldridge Blast at it.
Okay.
Yes.
You turn and point your finger at the creature. Go ahead and make your attack.
That is a 12.
Okay.
I don't know if that hits.
It does not. Don't you get 2?
Do I have 2?
I could be wrong. Might be next level. So you point your finger at the creature, and this sort of like mote of almost swamp-like flame that looks almost like a will-o-wisp like flies out at the creature, but it moves through some of the petals that seem to be loose and falling everywhere at this point. It goes wide. You see the creature just sort of like warp and almost like a heat wave melt a little bit under the blaze as it passes. And you see that some of the petals begin to melt, revealing a different color, like a vivid purple underneath.
Interesting. That is my turn.
Okay, Beetle, you're up next.
About time. Grandma's been taking a pounding, and it hasn't been fun for me. All right. I think Beetle, after taking that massive hit, she sort of just leans against the fountain and takes a breath, marches forward just a little bit as a treat. Seeing Biggin here, she is going to cast. Actually, the way I would like to flavor this, she's going to cast Poison Spray, but it is going to be like her projectile vomiting on this thing.
Oh my god.
Okay. Would you need to be like on top of the plant or something for it to work? Like, are you?
Oh, I didn't even see that guy there. Oh,
I'm just wondering if you would hit the queen.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So I would need to scoot. I don't want to hit the queen, so I already moved. Yeah, I think Beetle crawling atop its fetid little corpse to do her thing.
Yes.
And that big un is going to need to make a DC, let me see, Constitution save of 14. Otherwise, it will take 11 damage.
That's 11.
Okay, he takes 11 damage then.
Right.
This beetle has a hairball on it.
You watch as Beetle like opens her mouth as if to scream, like squatting on top of this corpse, and as she does, like just this line of acid shoots out of her like mouth as she sort of gags on it like a hairball.
Oh, foul concoction. But that's my turn.
Right. And Hippie is going to just, I mean, she has like one cantrip, so she's going to go ahead and cast a firebolt at this larger creature. That's going to hit, and she's going to go ahead and you watch as she opens her book and like speaks a quick word, and you see as this like little bolt of fire, like a tiny baby version of what Emmett has been blasting these creatures with, shoots out and starts engulfing the tree, climbing up the burn mark that Scoria made when she cast Inflict Wounds upon it. I'm just further deepening that burn. The crevice begins to open up in the creature, and you see this viscous purple-violet sap start seeping out of it as it gives out this cry that sounds just like crackling wood. Right, that's... Oh, and she's going to back up. That's her turn. Hone, you are up next.
All right. So he's going to kind of like wobble over here next to this creature, kind of next to the queen. And he's going to attempt to take the harp next to him and bash the creature with the harp.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you're too aware of the rules. Improvised weapons, you're not proficient with them, so you wouldn't add your proficiency bonus when you hit this thing. And then if you hit something with it, it would be your strength bonus.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because I don't have any daggers or anything. I just have my fist, and that only does 2 damage. So I'm just gonna.
Well, you do have spellcasting abilities, but if you'd rather hit something, that's completely fine.
I do have spellcasting abilities, but they don't do shit. So.
Okay.
So yeah, what do I do?
Make a dexterity or strength roll.
Okay, dexterity. Wowie! That's a 6.
Oh no.
So you move over and see the harp and attempt to pick it up to throw it at the creature, but this isn't like a prop harp or like the cheap stuff that you've seen in taverns before. This is like solid mahogany. And as you go to pull at it, you realize this is like maybe a 200-pound harp. And you just kind of pull for a moment and then turn back, realizing you're not going to be able to get this thing off the ground.
Sadness. All right, I guess I'm just gonna be like, well, I tried.
Right. Emmett is up. She is once again going to attack these things with fire. And as she does, she's going to pull out a stone from her hip, which you can see maybe in the panic she's forgotten about, and call into it like, "Send guards, we're being attacked." She's again going to upcast this. I'm not a slot, so those are going to be failed saves. So you watch as this enormous ball of fire, now even more intense in color, this like sort of like bright whitish yellow, spears over the creatures, sort of glomming onto them. And you can see as they go up in flames, like the petals and like cherry blossoms burning from them. There's this horrible smell as if like burnt rubber, as one of them is just sort of burned from the inside out as the sap, like mid-spill, just sort of hardens into this black gunk. The other one, the fire doesn't last, but it looks extremely hurt. Julianne, you are up next.
Okay, so seeing all of this go down, Julian's going to reach one arm out and do a healing word towards Emmett. And that'll be just 5 little hit points. And then with her other arm, she's going to reach out and
I'm so sorry. I may have been describing this incorrectly. Emmett's ward is fading, but she is not taking damage.
Great. Then I don't care about her. I'm going to do that. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do any of that then. I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at the one that's still up.
Okay.
And hope for the best this time. No. All right. Well, that happened. That's all I got.
Out and point this bead of energy at the creature, and as it goes flying, the firebolt ignites, and like this heat wave blasts the bolt off course, and it flies into the wall, just sort of leaving this like burning ember of like shimmery black fire.
Good gravy. Okay, that's what I've got.
The creature flailing around, sap hissing, is going to move in, and make some attacks at Sporia. That's a 17, a 19, and a 27, Sporia.
They all hit.
Okay, so I'm going to read these out individually as it hits you because I'm not sure if one will take you down or not.
Okay.
That's going to be 8 points. 14 points.
That brings me down.
That's going to be the creature just one vine after another plummet, like pummeling Scoria is going to hit 1, 2. The second one, she goes down. The other one catches her in the ribs, and you're going to take 2 failed death saves.
So I don't remember, but does invisibility fade if I go down, or am I still invisible from Tibby?
That's a good point. I don't know if it's specified. Let me double check. I'm going to rule, I don't see it saying anything. I'm going to rule that since it is concentration, if Tibby is still concentrating on it, which she hasn't been hit yet, so she is, then you're still invisible.
Nobody can see.
Where is she? I can't handle her.
Fair enough. All right, the creature's turns, and then Brosco, you are up. Oh, sorry, the queen is up. So she's going to see all this happening, and she's going to say like, well, fuck. Kind of turn to Emeth, look down at her dagger, then turn to Emeth and gesture at her, and just wait. She's going to hold her turn to attack anything that comes at her. All right, Brosco, you're up next.
Seeing all the nonsense going on along that side of the room, I'm gonna... Sorry, is this tree still in the way? Or can I get over there?
The tree is the creature.
Okay, cool. So I'm
I
gonna...
actually would be visible because I did cast a spell, and that breaks the invisibility. I just read that. So when I did Eldridge Blast, I became invisible.
Oh, you're correct. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I forgot I did that, so.
I forgot to. Go ahead.
I'm gonna run over here and what spot would I be able to get into to be flanking in any way, or would I be able to get advantage?
You cannot flank with an unconscious creature.
Fine, whatever. Can I sneak up on it?
You can't flank, but you can get sneak attack if you're within 5 feet of an ally. So if you were over here, oh, actually, I think that ally has to be in melee with the creature, though. So I don't think you'd be able to get sneak attack on this one.
Okay. I sneak up on an enemy.
And Chad did give me a D4 of healing for my next turn.
Nice.
Oh, but I do have inspiration. If I use it, does that count as?
No, it doesn't count as advantage.
Okay.
It's a
No worries.
reroll.
That's good. All right, so I'll just straight up attack it.
Okay.
17 total.
Okay. That's going to hit.
Okay. Gross. I slam my dagger in it for 5 damage, but
Okay.
trying to get its attention over to me now.
All right. The queen is going to use her reaction to yell at you, like, "What are you doing? Get out of the way!"
Uh,
Oh god.
can I disengage and back off?
With your bonus action, if you have enough movement to do that.
I think I do, because I was here. I moved about 20 feet-ish. So yeah, I'll back up about 5.
You can move
10.
back up 10 feet and use your bonus action to disengage.
I can back up more than that. My movement is 40.
Oh, right.
So I'll just, because I have the mobile feet. So yeah, I'll then scoot back. I think that's 20 feet. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah. Boom.
All right. Scoria, make a death save.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'm
wait,
so
I have
sorry. You
to-
got a D4 of healing
did.
from the chat. So, top of your turn, you come to consciousness.
I sort of sit up and realize that I've gone down and know that if I move away, I'm screwed. So I'm
You
going
guys
to reach
look around
over.
and see this like glowing energy around Scoria, like bright, bright purple.
So she's just going to reach out and touch it and cast Inflict Wounds again.
Okay.
Stop. And to be honest, being rude. 1 second.
You notice that as you come to, some of the sap from the creature has spilled onto you, onto your tattoos, and they seem to be glowing brighter as a result.
It's yep. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna hit. That's a 6.
Right. You do have inspiration if you want to use it. It's up to you.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Nope, that
Then
was
I'm
a
gonna
natural
stop
one.
reminding you guys.
I rolled a 2 and then a 1. Oh no.
You reach out to the creature still prone, and just sort of like you have this burst of energy, almost like an adrenaline rush. And as you sit up, like kind of move your hand forward instinctively, you lose some of that like initial rush and your hand falls short. All right, Beetle, you're up.
Oh boy, not my grandbaby, not today. She's just gonna, as soon as that big tree just comes clumbering down, she's sort of just drunkenly, like a little, you know what puffins will hop from rock to rock.
Mhm.
Hops off that, starts making her way towards Biggin here. And ooh, how are we gonna flavor this? I want to do something a little fun, because how dare you touch my grandbaby? She's going to cast Melf's Acid Arrow at level 2.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to be using my inspiration. That was an 11. I don't think that hits.
Okay. No, it does not.
All right, fingies crossed. Oh, that's a nat 1. Oh no.
No.
You point a crooked, trembling finger at this creature, and like the acid shoots out at it. Doesn't quite go far enough. You feel your strength fading as that hit from that you took for Scoria is like buckling, causing breathing pain. You just sort of like buckle in on yourself as you cast it. Your aim isn't quite true. Acid splashes on the tile.
I hope some janitors to clean that up after all this mess.
Right. Tibby is going to use her turn to drag Scoria 15 feet.
Nice.
Do I take an opportunity attack for this? Yep.
The 15.
That hits.
Scoria, you are dead. Wait, no, you're not. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I have 2
I
hit
forgot
points.
you had
for my
healing. Wow.
hit
Thank
points
you.
is- yeah.
Maria.
for stopping her
Everybody
from
was
dying.
just silent.
But if it's 32 points of damage or more, I am actually dead.
No,
No.
because it's only 1 hit. So it's
Okay.
7 points of damage. So you were down again. But
Yeah.
thanks to that healing, you are not dead.
Dad, you saved me.
Oh my god.
Right. It's Tibby's turn. Hone, you're up.
What other instruments are there?
There's a lyre and there's a flute.
I love this orchestra.
Okay. Does it take movement to grab the lyre?
It is a free action to grab it, but you would have to walk over to it. It's over here.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that lyre and I'm gonna
Okay.
pick it up.
15 feet.
Uh-huh. And then how far can I throw?
You can throw up to 20 feet.
Okay, so that's kind of far away. So it's
Yeah, you could hit it from there if you want to throw something at it.
I'm gonna
But
okay, 15.
It is dead, so it would be the one over here that you
Yeah,
would
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna attempt to throw this lyre at the stupid thing.
I believe you can throw it double that, but you'd be rolling a disadvantage.
Yeah,
Do it.
yeah, I'll try to.
Okay, so make a dexterity or strength check at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so stupid. Okay. That's a 10.
You fling the lyre at this creature and it skids across the floor, sort of like coming to rest at its feet. The creature looks down with its branches for a moment, like petals shaking on top of it, and then looks back up at its prey, which is just moved over here.
If only I was better at instruments.
Emmett is going to once again feed a fire, and this time the fire glows a bright blue. This thing is eviscerated in a hiss of like crying sap. There's a moment where it stands and then it slowly creaks over, coming to a crashing halt. You guys notice that, first of all, as the creature is sort of opened, there are the dried innards of like a mouth in it. And also its blood seems to be purple, as do several of the blossoms sort of like falling on it, although they're very charred, so it is hard to tell. Hone, I would say that you and Julian, you would notice this. The rest of you guys would just see that it's open and there was a mouth inside of it.
Should I be making any death saves at this point?
Yeah, make a death save.
Oh no.
That's a natural 20! Woohoo!
Victoria,
Yeah.
the power of this sap, like the sap sort of dries up and flakes off of you as if giving you its power. And you're once again, your scars burn bright and you blink to life. It's as if you've just been given like a shot of espresso. You feel like incredibly energized as this stuff like flakes off of you. Looking up, seeing where Tibby has dragged you back.
As she
can't
just stood up, she automatically reaches out to try and touch it again. And then, oh, wait.
Again, like fire engulfs your fingertips and then fades. You don't see her, but you hear Tibby's voice say, "Are you okay? I couldn't tell if something had hit you or not."
Yeah, pretty sure I passed out a couple times, but I'm here.
In the
Oh,
background, Beetle like
hurt.
is, rushing over, but just like she gets discoriated, she's I'm glad you're okay, darling. Just give me a second.
Scoria is gonna reach up at that point then and cast Cure Wounds on Beetle.
Okay.
Your Majesty, are you all right?
Yeah. He shrugs. There's not a scratch on her.
That was excellent work.
You
Nicely
get 13
done.
healing, Beetle.
Yeah.
You are too kind to an old woman.
You can see the queen kind of like looking around, adding things up as she goes to sheath her dagger and then decides to leave it out, kind of like letting it kind of flip back and forth between you, Julian, and the rest of the group.
I'll back
I think
away
we-
from her to give her a little space. Just I don't want to seem threatening, but I would like to maybe examine what I'm seeing within this tree.
Okay, she narrows her eyes at you as you move to like leave her and says, "I think we need to talk."
I would agree.
all of you. And she kind of looks around, like just indicating everybody with her dagger.
I agree.
Right,
Could
and
I
at
have
this
a bit of
point-
bread first?
What?
Could I have a bit of bread first? My
No.
stomach is...
Scoria does stand up, but she is swaying on her feet. And
It was
Maybe,
Beetle, and they're
like-
like leaning against each other.
Chippy helps you stand up and does that thing like, you know, when you're worried a toddler is going to fall, where your arms are just like less than an inch away from them.
Scoria
Brasco-
does sit back down and take her heels off of her boots and sticks them, like tucks them into the tops of her boots so that she doesn't have to balance on heels.
At this point,
Brasco-
there's like a clattering and a number of guards spill into the hall. The queen looks at all of them and just like points at them with her dagger. You are useless. Where were you? They cough uncomfortably and said, someone sent word there was an emergency in the gardens, ma'am. Well, no, obviously. Who told you that? And they kind of like look around, like clearly like realizing how bad they fucked up. He points a dagger at one of them. You find whoever told you that. The rest of them, you section this off. You escort them to my rooms. The guards kind of look back and forth. Your Highness, now. And she's going to gesture to all of you and say, you follow them, and point at two guards.
I'll follow.
Your Highness, are what about all the other party goers?
I don't see bodies, except for her, and she points at Lenore.
No, I meant as to who might have done this.
Well, I don't know, but right now, you look like the most suspicious people.
I'm gonna cast a quick Cure Wounds on Lenore.
Okay. She kind of like gasps. Like you can see some of the blood on her back of her head begins drying off. The queen like points at you. No spells.
All right. Just making sure she's okay. I'll
Okay.
go.
Kind of comes to like giving you like a wide-eyed glance, kind of backing up, seeing the carnage in front of her.
Brasco's gonna put an arm out for Beetlebug if she needs a hand.
Oh, she does most definitely will take it. And also, is like she kind of leans in. She says, "Very similar fauna to what we encountered in that swamp. Wouldn't you agree?" Flora, I forget myself.
Scoria kind of leans up against Brasco's leg and like holds onto his pants to keep upright.
Oh.
Seeing this, the queen like picks you up like a baby and just like starts carrying you behind the guards.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yeah, you can't walk. She's going to march. Just checking in because I know not everybody acquiesced. Is anybody trying to stay behind, not acquiescing, or is everybody going?
I'm gonna take some petals with me on the way out.
Make a sleight of hand check unless you would like to be obvious about this.
Yeah,
I would
I'll
like
do sleight of
to-
hand.
I would like to do a quick perception check to see if I can see
damn
any
it.
of the other guests watching or seeing where we're like, you know, anybody outside the obvious ones.
Right, make a perception check.
Scoria's gonna look over at Emeth as we're walking and say, apparently you Kabaskians are trained very well, and I appreciate it.
Gives a curt nod. I do my job.
18 perception.
You don't see anybody else aside from the guards who just entered and Lenore. Right. Oh,
I was a 7.
okay.
God.
So you go to pick up some of these petals, and they begin to melt from like vivid pink into a purplish goo in your hand as soon as you pick them up. You kind of give out an involuntary cry to wipe it off, and the queen, Scoria under one arm, points her dagger at you and says, "No touch. Come."
Okay.
Her hand a little bit gross. She marches you all up a number of flights of stairs, you following the guards. You guys go through several sort of twists and turns. like up to what may be like one of the highest towers in the palace. Although it feels fairly spacious, a very large tower, clearly. Throwing open the doors, you see what maybe was once a fine entryway. However, it has clearly not been treated very well. It has been treated like it looks like somebody who has no idea how to treat a home has been given a very, very nice one. There's like several darts and daggers stuck into the wall. There's a number of like unfinished plates that are just sort of left out. You see like a number of swords hung up, swords that are clearly not nice enough to be like ceremonial decorations. She sort of points, there's a large wooden table that looks like it may have once had a runner on it because there's like a stain where the sunlight hit it and it's sun bleached on the sides, but the table runner is long since gone and there's like a number of tools and kits and like several vials out on the table. She gestures everyone to a seat and then points to the guards and says, "You wait outside." As everybody does, like, take a seat. I'm assuming you do, unless anybody would not like to.
I am staying wherever the queen puts me down at.
Right. She's going to gently set you like on the table because it's like she can't pull out a chair with her foot. So she just sort of laying.
Beetle will
Looking
plop herself into a seat nearest to Scoria and just put like a comforting, shaky, arthritic hand on her.
Right. The queen is going to take a seat at the head of the table, and Emeth is going to move so she's standing directly behind her, a little off to the side, clearly like still in alert mode. The queen is going to look around at all of you and say, "Well, first of all, I would like to know who the fuck you are, because you are clearly not politicians." And with that, you guys can ascend to level 5, and we are going to take our break. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
Level
Ooh.
Level 5.
And we are back. Welcome back to Misguided Magic. We are going to go ahead and pick up in the Queen's chamber. She's just turned to all of you, asked who you were, because you are clearly not political.
Scoria, as the energy of leveling up fills her, and she actually has 9 hit points now. She's gonna sit up on the table straighter, kind of curl her legs up underneath her, and address the Queen and be like, Your Majesty, it was never our intention. Is Tibby in the room with us? I just want to clarify that before I start talking.
You look around, and she's not. You'll remember she was invisible.
She was, yes. That's why I was asking. He'll sit up and be like, we apologize for any deception. It was never our intention to deceive, but they felt that it would be beneficial to send those of us who could protect ourselves. With how it went last time, and frankly, being shunted to a demiplane on our way here, it was a good thing that we were able to take care of ourselves.
What demiplane?
We should probably tell her everything at this point. I know we were supposed to keep it hush-hush, but I think that was bullshit, and we should just tell her everything.
Oh, it's quite a story, my dear. Just being shunted off to another realm where the previous diplomats were
Well, if we're gonna
slaughtered
be
by blast.
upfront about it,
Yeah, let's start.
we have
maybe-
a little bit of political training, but mostly we're just mercenaries that they sent ahead to make sure it was safe for the king to travel here. And as such, it is how when we used the teleportation scroll to get here, the reason why we didn't show up where we should have been, we kind of got shunted off into a demiplane where similar creatures to those that just attacked us abide. And through the grace of the previous diplomacy party, having mostly put together the teleportation circle to get out of there, we found the last little bits we needed, and we were able to magic ourselves the rest of the way. For you all, it was only a couple of seconds, and we still showed up when we should have. But for us, it was 2 full days. And
we
were
found
close, we were close to dying
bodies.
then, just as we were close to dying now.
We found the bodies of the previous party and their journals, which Vaughn may not have it with him, but we do have evidence that we found their bodies and what happened to them 20 years ago.
Emma looks pointedly at Hone. Do you have this journal with you?
He takes it out of his now very destroyed suit that he adored, and but you can
very
see,
charred.
yeah, but you see that it's still intact. He just holds it out, but he doesn't.
Emma steps forward, not to the point where she's going to grab it for you, but she comes closer to you and she holds her hand out for it.
I will hand it over to her. Well, first hesitating, but
All right. Just going to take it and start flipping through it. Right. I would say as you acquiesce to giving the journal, the Queen is going to give Scoria Roscoe a calculated look. Scoria, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage. If the DC is decent to convince the Queen, it is much higher to convince Emma.
That is a dirty 20.
nice.
The Queen gives a slow nod. Would explain more than it does not. Okay. And she like gets up and turns around, shuffling through. She opens like a cabinet that looks like maybe a medicine cabinet that's been nailed into the wall. You see like a vial of little red potions and green potions and like a couple purple potions. And she like sorts through, pulls out red potions and like starts sliding them out across the table, sort of bar style. You would recognize these as a potion of healing. Up to you if you want to take it or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drink it, but I'll tuck it in my bag for now if that's acceptable.
Okay. She like shoots a look at you as you just go to put it in your bag and gives you like a short nod.
Beetle pops the cork, drinks it like it's alcohol.
I didn't get. I'm at 26 out of 33 now with a level up, so like I'm okay actually. I didn't get hit as much as I thought I did.
Tony takes a bottle and he just shakily like gulps it.
She stopped shaking just enough that she just downs it.
The queen just sort of like turns to look at everyone, gives a nod. Okay, so what have you found out so far? You are trying to stop assassination?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we were in part trying to figure out who screwed with us and who screwed with the teleportation circle. Because
And it
whoever
is
did it this
presumably
time,
the same person that did the plant. One of the things that did happen in the demiplane, but also, to be completely cards on the table, in your greenhouse that has the plants from the grotto in it. This purple mist that was in both places, it affects me in a way differently than others. And I had that same energy affect me when the purple ichor from it hit me.
You are
That is what brought me
poison
back.
grotto baby?
I
Not too far from the truth, but
a mixed
yes.
parentage of elemental beings mostly, but
Are either of them from the grotto?
I honestly couldn't tell you because my mom was closed-mouthed about her past. And then my father, frankly, the one time I've met him, he attempted to kill me and torture me for information on my mother. So I really didn't get a chance to ask him any
I
questions.
don't need to know your trauma, just are they from the grotto?
I don't know.
Okay. And she kind of like gets up, starting to shrug out of her sort of like charred uniform. I guess she's not charred, kind of like ripped and like stained with like purple blood at the bottom. She strides into the other room. You can hear her through like the curtain, which the door's like, there's no door, but it looks like there are hinges and it was removed and like a curtain was tacked up instead. It's like a long sort of lush blue one. And she kind of calls through it. Okay, so you have strange reaction to grotto magic. Is this why King chose you?
I think it was more a case of I was in the right place at the right time for his
What
emissary
right place?
to me.
the king didn't choose any of us.
Who chose you?
Tibby did.
The one that went invisible.
She's
Was
not
the one
here.
Sort of a matter of chance. We
Where
happened to
did
be
she
in a
go? Was
tavern.
she not here?
She was invisible.
Tibby, did you follow us?
No answer. And the queen pokes her head out. She looks like very stern. She looks at you, Scoria. I trust you. Go find her.
As you wish, Your Majesty. And I will go look for Tibby.
Queen pokes her head back in her room. So then what happened next? What else you find?
Do we want to bring up the
You know-
halfling who had the garden in his house?
You would need to say this out loud, or you would need to communicate in some other
Alright.
way.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna reach into my jacket and I'm gonna pull out the suspects that Tibby compiled for me
Mhm.
because I no longer trust her. I don't.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it down on the table. Say, Tibby brought us all together for this. I haven't wanted to suspect her, but I've been suspecting her. This is the booklet she gave me of potential suspects for who would have maybe had reason to do what they did to us and to the party 20 years ago.
What makes you not trust her?
She cares about the king a lot. She doesn't like anyone here. Yeah. And she's... Maybe it's just a vibe. Could I make a...
You say
I
she
guess
does not like him.
No, could I make a history check to see if I remember seeing the purple or pink potion that Tibby was working on in her room the first day? Or would I? Could I?
Check.
Because like Allison remembers it, but I don't. At the time, I don't think. I don't think Brasco necessarily noticed it. So. 19 dirty.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, she was working on a potion for a while that changed colors, eventually turning like a bright pink. She said that it had been too long since she'd needed it because the king's health, like the land had been sustaining the king's health, and she wanted to prepare antidotes for him for when he got here. She was going to trash that batch and start over. That's all you know about it. I think that's the last you saw.
I saw her working on a really brightly colored potion that she said was for the king, but it's my gut instinct. I don't know. I don't trust her. I want to trust her, but I don't.
Very secretive.
And this is the booklet
projects.
she gave me.
I can't. Well, just come in then.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry about that. And I'll go over to the curtain and pass it through to her. I sorry. I stood up for a second to grab these from my shelf, so I might have missed that she went to the curtain.
No, go ahead.
But I'll kind of fidget through the curtain.
She opens the curtain. She's in the midst of getting dressed, but she's not indecent. And she grabs it from you, and you notice that as she does, on her arm is a tattoo. Usually covered by a sleeve. If you want to look at number 59, you can open the package I gave you. Ooh.
Rogue Queen.
59, you said?
Mm-hmm. Should be in the package.
Yeah. All right, I won't make any mention to it, but okay. It's very exciting.
All right. She takes it, looking through the suspects. Okay. Like a sigh. Emmeth, what do you think? Emmeth kind of like casts a glance at the rest of you. You want to tell me to tell you in front of them? Yeah. I don't trust them. I don't recognize Tabaratha's handwriting. I don't know if this could be her own or if this is somebody else's. It sounds like they're trying very hard to pin the blame on someone. Do you think she still merits investigation? Yeah. She's very careful not to let spies inside.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right not to trust her. I wouldn't. But genuinely speaking, I was paid 500 gold up front for another 500 gold later, right? To appropriately make peace. We
Yes.
genuinely came here on a peace mission, and that has been our goal. Tibby told us not to tell you about what happened, because she didn't want it to cause an incident. But it's becoming an incident more and more.
Okay. Okie dokie. All right. You want to make peace. You think this is something that is easily done? Do you have agreements with other politicians? We could push vote earlier.
With all due respect, madam, we did just inform you that we are not actually politicians or diplomats, so I'm afraid we have no sway there.
Well, this is position you are in, no? If you have skill, great. If not, this is still what you must do. You must make alliances. You must speak with people so you can negotiate something, learn to compromise, because I cannot speak on behalf of your country, and we can't not have peace treaty when the king arrives, if he is indeed going to. Do you
Your
think...
Majesty,
What?
my name is Julian Saviot.
I know who you are.
You know me.
Yeah.
Then you know that I'm a chaplain under the command of Captain Ronan Skender, and I've been in service to the Fendaran army for the last decade.
Oh, well, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, well, I'm letting you know now. I have provided counsel to soldiers that don't know what they're fighting for, and I don't know what to tell them. I have read final rights to hundreds of soldiers, hundreds from both sides of this war that has taken more from Fendari and Vertohen than it has given it. I was asked to assist in negotiating peace between Fendari and Vertohen. And by everything that I can tell, the King of Vertohen genuinely wants this peace. So we're trying to ensure that he arrives here safely and remains safe until negotiations are complete. He is by far better at negotiating than we could ever be, because we are not politicians. We are a support team. And we have met a handful of challenges that were entirely unexpected leading up to this, and then including the incident tonight. So I would love very much to negotiate and provide insights to the best of our abilities, but I am just an individual who wants to see this done, and we're doing everything that we can to ensure that. I don't know if we should trust Tibby. Currently, it doesn't feel like we should. But against all of that, I still feel that the King of Vertohen is genuine. So I suppose take that for what you will.
You think she wants to subvert him?
Brasco's good.
You think she wants to subvert him?
I don't know. I don't know. I had been under the impression that Tibby was an ally, and perhaps she still is. Maybe she went off to lick her wounds. I don't know. It is sort of strange that she isn't here with us right now. I do hope that we find her and get answers. I'd hate to jump to conclusions, but I think that, I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know what I want here, and I'm fairly certain that the rest of my group is trustworthy enough, despite our unusual entry into this.
I believe, based on what I've seen, that the only thing Tibby actually cares about this whole thing is the king. Whatever else, like everything else seems rather low priority to her.
Even us, and we're representing the country, allegedly, supposedly.
We wanted to come forth and tell everyone what happened when the teleportation went wrong. The minute it happened.
You think if King was here, she would change priority?
I don't. I think what I mean by the king is her priority is that she will go to pretty intense lengths to make sure he is not even the least bit uncomfortable or harmed. And because she does not trust or like anyone here, I wonder if she is going to very great lengths to keep him from coming here at all. That's my thoughts as myself. Those are my thoughts.
Give this one a. You said you are not politicians. Are you not willing to negotiate? You want King to do that for you? You said.
We're willing to negotiate. I suppose what we'd need to hear first are.
I don't want to hear from negotiate.
Sorry, what?
Didn't you call one of the lead politicians here a bitch yesterday?
Word spreads quickly, you see.
I'm not a
Yeah,
politician.
what about the rest of you?
A word from an old woman, if you'd listen, Your Grace. I truly could give less of a shit about any of the conflicts, all the petty aversions, but I do want to see
not
this.
hear from you also. The other three of you.
I'm gone. I'm looking for Tibby. She sent me off.
The other two of you.
I'll look at Julianne really quickly and say, Furries wanted reparations, right? And that assurances of protection, I believe. The king told, and I'm talking to Julianne here.
Mhm.
The king told us to do whatever it took to make peace within reason, and no marriage purposes. So I say we all.
I believe that we can negotiate with your politicians, with you, to make this work. We were trained to the best that they could give us in a short period of time. We understand what the king is looking for. And we're certainly open to hearing what you all want.
And she turns to Hunt. And what about you?
Who do you believe in? Or rather, who do you put your faith in?
I am not religious. Just answer a question, please.
Okay. So Fiava is my deity. She has tasked me to go for her bidding. And as you know, she is the goddess of life, creation, and I believe that she has sent me here to make sure that people are living to the best of their ability, that they are safe, and that, I don't, she wouldn't want war. And so I don't want war.
Okay. You two make some negotiations. Like, figure something. Don't bring the other people with you. Is bad choice.
Who? Me?
Yeah. The holy man and the chaplain. Okay, great. You do that. I wanted to see if King can come sooner then, because if your suspicions are correct, things will change if this happens. Hopefully no more attacks. Okay? We'll see if he can come tomorrow.
Oh,
Okie dokie?
sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You definitely think this Tibartha, she is the culprit behind this?
I can't say for certain. I don't want to point fingers if it's not the case.
Are you
I
certain
would.
enough to arrest her?
Certainly not.
I'm certain enough to ask questions.
Then you suspicious orc. You figure that out.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna go do that now. And Braska's gonna leave.
I think Beetlebug is gonna teeter after him slowly, because that's also where Scoria went, and I miss my grandbaby already. And I'm gonna fight this woman if I'm in the same room with her for any longer.
Phone is just so uncomfortable right now.
Are you okay?
My ass is sweating.
You need drink. Come on. And she's going to open a different medicine cabinet that's also near the wall and like take down a bottle of clear alcohol and start pouring shots for everyone.
Oh my god.
Right, we're gonna cut over to Scoria.
All right.
Scoria, where are you going to find Tibby?
To start, she is going to go to Tibby's room because she does think that that's the first place she would go.
Okay. You knock on the door. No one answers.
I'm going to try the door and see if it's locked.
Try the door. It is locked.
Okay. This one I could use Brosco.
For whatever it might be worth or however long it takes him, that's exactly where he's heading. So.
Let me see if I have any. Nope. All right. I want to go and see if I can find Mishmash and Fig, because I don't even remember seeing them. Like, I remember they went to the party with us, but like they
They went to the
probably
party
ran.
and then- yeah. Okay.
So I want to go check their room to see if they've come back.
You start down the corridor and Vishmesh like catches up to you. He's like had heard you knock and like is trying to meet you in the hallway. Hey, what happened?
Attack plants. Yeah, it's a whole thing and a whole other story. Have you seen Tibby? Since everything happened, she went invisible and disappeared on us.
Yeah, she caught up to us when we were on the path and that she had to check something out. I think she's in her room.
Well, she's not answering. Imagine the others will be on their way back. I'm going to go ahead and wait by her door. How did she seem after everything that went down? And I'm going to like kind of lead him towards her door so that I can at least keep an eye on the door to make sure she doesn't leave.
Scared?
Well, things have definitely taken a drastic turn. And I do have some questions for her, and she's not answering the door for me. Would you maybe knock and see if she'll come?
I guess, but I goes up, he'll knock. Way to be Miss Tabaratha? No answer.
I'd like to roll an insight check on him to see if he's genuinely confused at what has been going on and if there's any sign of a lie in his demeanor.
Okay.
Nope. That's a 7.
It looks pretty genuine.
All right, well, I'm gonna wait here for her, and thank you for your help.
Okay. Are you okay? You don't
I
look
mean,
good.
I've been better, but I'm doing what I was sent here to do, so.
You want some tea?
I'm good, thank you. I'll get something of Beatles here in a little bit.
Okay. What? And he kind of like leans down against the wall with you, like as if to talk. So what happened?
Well, the trees attacked because they weren't actually just trees. And it's something similar to what we saw on the demiplane. Did Tibby tell you about us being shunted off to the demiplane?
No, I mean, I heard about what happened when you guys first got here. So, I mean, I don't think anyone thinks you were telling the truth, but I don't know any details.
Well, a strange purple mist took us when we used the teleportation scroll, and we ended up somewhere else. Almost somewhen else, it felt like, because time moved differently there, and we were there for a full 2 days in the few seconds that we were gone. and similar creatures attacked us. And through the powers of deduction and the keen mind of Hone, we managed to put together a teleportation circle that the last diplomats before us had begun. And that is how we ended up here. But we almost lost a couple of our party a couple of times, much like we just almost did in this most recent fight. And there seems to be some sort of tie to the grotto.
His eyes are like pretty big. Like lizard-eyed pupils are usually pretty small, but his are like dilated in fear.
And she's gonna raise her voice just a little bit for the next part. And Tibby thought that it was a grand plan to keep everybody else in the dark about it, and all that's done is landed us in hot water.
I mean, for what it's worth, I can see why she'd want you to not say anything.
Well, with the state we were in and where we ended up at, there was not telling the truth and just trying to brush it under the rug, as it were, just made things worse. It made people suspicious of us. It made people suspicious of the king.
I know you might be new politics, but people were going to be suspicious of you anyway.
Granted, but the more you lie, the more you have to lie to cover the lies. And then you just get lost in the lies, and it's no good for anybody.
Depends on how good at lying you are.
Well, I'm fairly good, but my comrades, not so much.
Around this time, there's like a shuffling from inside, and like a thunking, and then the door kind of like rattles and opens, and Tibby pokes her head out. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I heard you knocking. I was in the middle of something.
Yes, I was in the middle of something too, being questioned by the queen when you slipped out.
Did not want to be part of that. Did you cover for me?
Well, I'm unsure, since as soon as you were mentioned, the queen sent me off to find you. She does want to speak to you.
Hoping you would. Whatever, it's fine. You're not politicians. Come in.
I will walk to the door, but I'll kind of lean in the door frame so that the door can't like be closed behind me at this point.
Okay,
So we can sneak in.
she moves over like to her cauldron area and kind of gestures you over. Like, look at this.
I would like to roll an insight check to see if she seems genuine.
Okay, make an insight check.
That's a natural 20 for a 25.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get the impression she wants you to come check something out.
Yeah, I should have been more specific. She will kind of take out one of her heels that she had tucked in the top of her boots and kind of wedge it under the door so it can't be closed still, and or at least not easily, and then go over.
Victoria, what are you doing?
Quite frankly, I don't think I want to be behind closed doors with anybody I don't fully trust right now.
Okay. She kind of gestures you over to the cauldron.
All right.
Okay, look at this. And she takes like one of several vials from her pocket. This was that goop that was made up of the flowers that I saw Hone get all over his hand. Look. Okay, and she pours it into the cauldron, which is like mostly empty. And it just sort of like puddles on the floor. She's like, but look at what happens when you add those spores that Brosco gave me. And she's going to uncork them and sprinkle them over the top. And there's like a brief flare, almost as if like your purple magic. and it starts to form and like conglomerate and almost like twist into what might be a root. And it stays like that for a moment before, like, again, slumping, a little more formed than it was before. I think there's some way to create these things, maybe. Like, I don't think they used to be trees. And when I left, those guards were not roping anything off. They were cleaning up that mess and putting it in boxes, crates. All the trees, they turn into this kind of goop.
Would I have noticed if there was anything in the grotto greenhouse that looked like the mushrooms or like anything that would have had the similar spores?
Well, yeah, there were spores all over. That's why you had to wear that mask.
Okay, so the spores were there, but I would recognize them as the same as in the demiplane?
Yeah, it was pretty clear that your scars were reacting in the same way.
Okay, because I thought that was just to the purple mist. I didn't know if that was also to the spores.
The mist is like the atmosphere from the spores.
Well, there are more of these spores in the grotto greenhouse and the same purple mist that we saw. I wonder, who is it that insisted a grotto greenhouse even exist?
I think the previous king, he was, from what I remember, he was trying to study it, and the study was funded by Allian Kane. He's pretty insistent about it. And the king liked to show off rare collections of things from what I remember. So it was sort of up there on display for anyone willing to go through, but there's a little bit of a taboo around it. So it's mostly just gardeners.
See. I think we've been talking long enough that Brosco and Beetle would start to catch up with us at this point.
That's fair. Brosco and Beetle, I would say you would have heard that, like, maybe half of that as you, like, walked forward.
Oh, there you are, Scorian. Ah, if it isn't the woman of the hour, Tibby.
Well, the queen does still want to speak with her, but she did make a discovery, and she'll gesture to the cauldron and say,
Can I enter really quickly? I don't want to have followed Beetlebug to the room.
Okay.
You're just listening?
No, I want to nudge Beetlebug and be like, if you can get Tibby out of here. Then I'm going to go around the other side, away from Tibby's room, and go around to my room. And I'm going to get my gear. I'm going to just wait.
Okay.
So she'll motion just Beetle over and be like, so first she put in some of that purple goo from the trees, and then the spores that we brought back from the demiplane. It created a root, and she thinks that those things can be created.
Oh, like...
And the spores do exist in the grotto greenhouse alongside that purple mist.
Well, we have a source then. And somebody clearly has manufactured these for war.
And someone needs to figure out what happened to those crates that they took, because there was a lot of goop. I don't know if the queen's planning to reuse it, or someone working in the name of the queen or against the queen. But there's something going on, and somebody's keeping whatever this goop is for some purpose.
Well, here. How long has the queen been ruling?
2 months.
2 months? Okay.
A few months.
I don't think it has anything to do with the queen, as this obviously has been something happening since well before she was invested into office.
Well, yeah, the whole war, but I'm talking about this continuation.
Well, this...
If they figured out something new,
Well, this has obviously been going on since at least the last diplomats were sent, since they were in that demiplane, and this is all there. The previous king is the one who created the greenhouse. I have it on the word of someone that actually a couple someones that I did not see any deception in, that Alien is a supporter of the queen and genuinely wants the grotto to be studied because that is what swallowed his hometown. But I don't believe he would have anything to do with extending this war, because the war just takes away from those eyes that could be on the grotto to help take care of that.
Have you met him yet?
No, but the sources, I trust what they have said of him, and others in our party have spoken to him, correct? No? Or I thought that Julian had. Sorry.
That's fair. Beetle very briefly spoke with her.
She was lit, and he was still being he was edgy as fuck. Or as Beetle put it, he had a bit of a tood on him.
I mean, obviously would need to talk to him personally, but I get the feeling that for somebody pushing so hard for it to be studied because of what it did, for now, I will give him the benefit of the doubt until I speak to him. But I don't entirely believe that it is somebody in Fandere.
Okay.
Somebody here obviously is working with them, but I think it may be somebody that is aimed at the king for all of this. And, well, maybe not necessarily just wants to prolong the war, though that is part of it. I think that somebody is trying to undermine him and keep him from reaching his full potential as he could as the king.
Right. Crippling the whole incursion before he even has to go into chat. I can speak. God, words came out. He's attempting to cripple the whole peace operation before the king even has a chance to show up. He won't even be taken seriously. That's how it reads to me.
I'm pretty sure he'll be taken seriously. But if you suspect somebody, like if you think one of the servants or someone...
The servants were ours. Sorry, I just remembered that.
We never did find them, no.
Found them, yes.
You inquired about it. A paper was given to Julian. She never checked to see what the paper said.
But regardless of everything that's going on, the Queen would like to speak to you, Tibby, and I think it is in the best interest of the peace talks that you do meet with her and speak with her.
Look, I understand tensions are running high right now. And you seem convinced that I would hurt the person that I care about most. Not stupid. I'd just like to point out that I'm the one who's been helping you. And I dragged you out of harm's way when you were unconscious, and I turned us invisible. And I attacked those things. Why would I do that? Why would I do that if I wanted you dead or if I wanted to sabotage this? You're clearly upset. You don't have to answer me, but I'm just saying, put together a lot of information for you. I'm on your side. I would have appreciated it if you had covered for me. Did you want to escort me to see the Queen, or do you trust me to do that myself?
Go right ahead. And Scorial just back out of the room.
Tibby kind of gestures you all.
Wow, I feel bad now.
Scorial's still torn. But yeah, she backs out of the room and doesn't make to follow Tibby, but I trust you know your way.
I know how to get here. Here's your shoe. She pulls the heel out. Just shuts the door behind her. Walks away. What are you guys doing?
Victoria's gonna turn to Beetle and be like, I still don't know whether we should trust her or not. She seems genuinely invested in the king. That's always been obvious.
Invested in one part of him, that's for certain.
Bresca's gonna come down the hallway around that point. It's kind of.
She's gone. If you would like, is Mishmash still outside the door?
No, he's not. Tone and Julianne, are you drinking with the queen?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
she's going to pour you like several shots and drink with you. And you can tell that as you drink, she's kind of like gauging you.
Of course.
Emmett declines any drinks. And the queen like sort of like keeps pushing a shot glass toward her every time she like pours one until there are several glasses in front of her and she runs out of glasses because she didn't have a whole lot. But she kind of like gestures to her. She does not drink. And Emma says, you know, people could be trying to kill you. This is a matter of your and she like pats her on the back. Like she's very, very good at her job.
Meanwhile, Hone is taking her drinks and taking shots.
Oh no.
I love that. I'd like everyone to make a con save.
Oh Lord.
No. Oh goodness, that's a 5.
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration on that one. 17.
Okay. Julian, you are tipsy, but you are not drunk. Hone and the queen are drunk.
Excellent.
The queen. Yeah, go ahead.
Your Majesty, I know that you'd like for us to go through these negotiations with the rest of the politicians here. Are there any specific items that are non-negotiable to you? Anything that you would like to achieve specifically in this?
Are you gonna marry anybody?
Are you gonna marry anybody?
I don't think so.
Are you going to
No.
marry that cat?
Oh,
And Hona just gives her a disgusted stare.
Because you're both old.
Just because we are both old doesn't mean that I am attracted to that thing in any way.
as they're talking, I know I'm a little tipsy. I wanna read the note if I can.
Okay.
With some level of discretion, but not like sneaky in a way that's even more suspicious.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I would say the queen and Hone would most likely not notice, but Emmeth may.
And that's an 18.
You discreetly like pull it out of your pocket.
Can I see if I notice?
You can make a perception check at disadvantage.
Cool. Oh, well, no, I don't.
Right. The note says, gently burned cooking parchment, back of stove, south room.
Okay. Okay. I'll just put it back in my pocket. So no marriage, it sounds like. Anything that you'd like to see happen or that you don't want to happen?
I mean, ideally, no marriage. But I know is not always best choice if it's to secure peace. Okay,
The king's not looking for marriage either, if that makes you feel any better.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Because he's like really old.
Fair.
How old, roughly, having seen her a little bit and interacted with her, does the queen appear?
The
be?
queen is early 20s.
Oh, God.
He's like
Or
really
late
young.
20s. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
Like,
jeez. She's
okay.
like, she's a zoomer like me.
Yeah, she was like thrown into this.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Do you like your job?
No. Do you like your job?
Well, that's a good question. I love Fiava, but what she makes me do is very tough on me. A lot.
Only you control you.
Me?
You.
Oh, no, no, she
Be
tells
your
me.
own destiny.
And like
Not break up.
something stirs with him, and he's like,
But
Julia.
I do not like job, but I can do that. And she like claps her hands, and one of the guards like opens the door, and she like points at him and says, "Bring me cookies." And he says, "Yes, Your Highness." And he closes the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Is a good part. But
Julian just glances over at Emeth like, Jesus Christ.
it's just sort of like
I take another shot of her glass.
she'll like immediately refill it. So I don't think is not always what I want, but you have to talk. You have to do what people want sometimes. So I need military control. I want the army to be conscripted other places. And I don't want restrictions on that.
You imagine there would be much pushback
Yeah.
from the king?
Yeah, probably.
Why do you think so?
Well, he probably is. He in past has wanted the armies moved just south or dissolved their limit on how many people are in them to stop war, because there's a lot of people who just don't like anyone.
Yeah.
Why do you want to fight?
I don't know. Just want people to love each other.
But why the military everywhere?
We just made some nasty choices, and I need to follow through because Emmett cannot protect me from everything.
How do
Is
you-
that, or I probably have to marry someone with an army, and I don't want that.
How do you unnasty the nasty?
I mean, that is a question for your god. You pray about that.
I'll try.
The door opens and like someone brings a plate of shortbread cookies and like places them on the table, bows, and exits backwards. And she like picks them up. These are really good. It's the same kind of cookie that you had offered before.
Yeah.
Have you had these?
I have not had a chance to try them actually, but they look fantastic.
In my home, we did not have flour. There were very little things brought in. It was mostly carrots or potatoes, turnips.
Those are
There's a
good
lot to love
things.
here in Findere.
Yeah.
And in Vertoen. I spent some time over there. They're very good people.
What do you want out of this?
Me personally.
Yeah.
I want this over with. More than anything.
What will you do? There's peace, you won't have a job anymore.
Fine, I'll find something different. I would love to be out of work. Really would. I am grateful that the work that I can do seems to help, but I really wish I didn't have to do it.
Freedom of the unemployed.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Someone pats your back a little too hard. It's okay, sweetie.
Oh
You'll get
boy.
there. Takes another
Retirement looks
sweep.
good on you, buddy. Oh gosh. Well, Your Majesty, this has been wonderful. You're very kind. I don't want to end the fun between the two of you. You can have at it, but if you're trusting me to negotiate with some of the others, I would like to go maybe write some things down and maybe find them to speak with.
Go journal about unemployment. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just good fighting today, by the way. It's very impressive.
Oh, you were awesome. I mean, I was down most of the time, but you were amazing.
Yeah. Why you fall down a lot? Are you
Uh,
sure you want to be in this line of work?
to be fair, we were going to party. I decided not to go in any armor and not daggers because I wanted people to trust me, even though I'm not very nice to look at. But other people don't think so. But I think I'm quite fabulous. Anyway, but yeah, I am normally better at this, just not tonight. And Julian, I would like to. Could you share notes with me because apparently now I need to negotiate?
Absolutely. I think that perhaps we should wait to speak to anyone else until tomorrow, after we've both had a little bit of rest. It has been a very difficult day. I hope that, Your Majesty, you are able to relax a bit tonight. And you as well, Emeth. You seem to be doing a lot out there.
Wait, you said the king is coming tomorrow?
I will ask. There's a spell Emeth can start. She looks back. Maybe when you are feeling a little better, Your Majesty.
Yeah, don't do it yet.
I'm going to do it. Because
Not yet.
nobody does anything here, and it's important to do some things.
Julian's like slowly backing towards the door, like waiting for that moment where she's not being rude, but also she just needs to get out of here.
It's like that. I gotta
Emeth,
hit
like,
this.
catches you and gives you like an understanding nod.
Have a pleasant evening, and she'll leave.
Are you going to the, or where are you?
I would like to. I'd like to go find the south room.
Okay.
The
The south room. So the room of the party.
Mm-hmm.
You head your way back, and as you come out over to here, you notice that the area is spotless now. The tiles are still uncovered, but it looks like a lot of things have been pulled out, transplanted. There is no sign that this battle was here aside from some cracked tile. Moving south over here, you find yourself in not necessarily a kitchen, but like a food prep area.
Okay.
And you do see kind of like moving down here, like a very small stove in the central kitchen area used for baking. Reaching behind it, it's still kind of hot, but not so hot that you'll burn yourself. You pull out a charred bit of cooking parchment and sorry.
Oh no.
So you do see that the parchment says on the top, message delivered, servants left, early morning. And then you see the following sigils. Okay. This one. This one. This
Okay.
one. This one.
Okay.
This one. And this one. So 32, 28, 5, 20, 22, and 12.
Okay, great. I'm going to I have my like packet of notes from Tibby. Is there anything that I can utilize as a writing utensil in this space? Just, I mean, I'll dip my hand into gravy and write it out if that's the best option.
I mean, in the ashes of the stove, you could put some soot on your finger, but it would be very sloppy finger writing.
Okay.
This is, just to clarify, this is on burnt parchment paper. Like, you can take this.
I know. I wasn't sure if I should leave it, like if it's like, it's a note meant for somebody else, and I should not. I'll take it. I'm gonna take it because I don't trust that I won't mess up the numbers. I'll just sort of tuck it away in like my other breast pocket and go back to our quarters so that I can hopefully find Brasco, but also just to get somewhere with a semblance of familiarity and comfort.
Okay. Head back to your quarters. About this time, I would say, Hone, are you still with the queen, or are you leaving?
Yeah, he didn't really quite get or saw Julian left, so he kind of just is still there.
Okay, I would say you guys talk like late into the night. Is there anything in particular you would like to ask her or speak with her about? I would say at this point, her guard is pretty down.
Okay, I would probably ask her about her history and like how she got there, and like what are her policies, I guess. Like what is she looking towards? Like, what's the future of Pandere?
Like,
what does it look like to her? What does she want?
Okay, so I guess, yeah, we can role play it if you'd like. You can start off whichever question you'd prefer.
Okay. So, how did you find yourself here, being the queen?
I mean, the common story. My parents were cousins of the king, and they attempted a coup, and it didn't work. So, yeah, they were killed. But they sent me off with a bunch of sneaky people to live, and old king died, and they left orders that when that happened, they sent me back. So they tell me, like, okay, you don't have a home anymore. You should probably go claim a throne. And so Emmett and I go to do that, and there are a lot of people who didn't agree, so I made some deals, and then I am here.
What was your life like before that? What was it like every day for you?
Wake up at dawn, you carry barrel of water to stream, you fill it up, you carry it up long mountain hill, and then you have to lift it 50 times before you drink any water. And then they train you to hit things with knife. They blindfold you. They try to throw things at you. You have to catch them. They show you, you study the anatomy, you find all the parts that kill people. A lot of history and just not a lot of fun things, but I can throw a dagger with my toes now.
That's impressive.
What is your hidden talent?
Hidden talent?
Yeah.
I love to sing and dance.
Do it now!
I love this woman. She may be a bitch, but I love her.
Are you familiar with Britney Spears?
I love her. She is my favorite bard. Do you know her song? Milf's Toxic Arrow?
Oh yes, yes. I love that. And then he'll just start humming and like doing like a weird interpretive dance to it.
Make a performance check.
Oh, I am excited. That a -1. Oh, it's under 19. It was a nat 20,
You do
and
an amazing impression at Britney Spears. To the point where like Emmett is clapping at the end and there's like scattered applause and you look and the guards have like opened the door to see what's happening and are all applauding you. And the queen like just gives you like this fervent nod. Oh my gosh, I love you.
I am so happy that you and the guards, the audience, they love this. Because usually when I try this, nobody loves it. Like I don't know why. They never understand what the feeling that I'm trying to invoke in my dancing.
You know, not everybody understands her, but she is a genius artist.
Yes. And I think she will go down in history. Yes.
You should perform when the king comes.
Oh.
We will have dance just for you.
I feel like I need to roll whether or not I'm convinced to do this.
We will get live snakes. It will be all
out. I guess you can make a persuasion check to see
okay.
if I'm convinced.
Oh, she's pretty good at persuasion, actually.
Oh shit.
That's a 32.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I'll do it.
Amazing.
I'll do it for both kingdoms. I'll do it
for your country.
Yes. I'll do it. And he's just like brimming with like joy. This looks like he hasn't been this happy in I don't know how long, but
as you guys like work out the details of this routine that you're going to perform, we'll cut back over to Brosco as Julian just quickly enters with her note. Brosco, what are you up to?
Brasco's in the process of picking Tibby's door lock.
All right, so you can come over, Julian. You can see Brosco picking the lock on Tibby's door.
Oh, hey, we're doing this. This is great. Love this.
Big has like wandered out into the hallway and is watching you.
Big.
Hey, it's the pipe like gives out like a noxious like puff of fumes.
He goes, don't worry, I'm not stealing anything. I just want to make sure Tibby's trustworthy.
Fair enough.
Okay, thank you. What do you got, Julian?
Oh, something that I think you will find very interesting, and I will hand over the little note with the symbols.
All right. And you, thankfully, I did ask. I have the numbers, but what does the first part of the little note say? It says,
message came, left willingly early morning. And I guess it would say followed as well. I don't think there's a thieves' camp for that.
All right. Brasco will take a quick look at it and say, they left willingly, they're secured. In a hideout, probably. They took a secret passage. There is a secret passage. It's heavily protected underground. Approach with caution.
Oh. Okay.
Serpents.
And they're
I
being
think
kept
it's even
somewhere.
more imperative that we get into this room, and I guess we will ask Hone if Tibby ever did show up to talk to the queen.
Yeah, and I'll roll for, I guess, lockpicking.
Okay. Yeah, so Dex plus proficiency.
Good roll, too. That's 24 total.
Okay. The lock is like kind of complicated, but no more than like a nice lock. It doesn't seem like she's replaced it with anything. And you're able to pick it easily enough. You feel the familiar click of the tumblers and the door swings open.
And I would like to get in there and search for papers, a journal. I guess I'm looking for anything that will either make me feel better about Tibby's machinations, or anything that I can find that will make us feel better, or you know, condemn her, I guess, is what I'm looking
Gloria
for.
will go in and help out looking around, and also wants to check in the cauldron and see if any change has happened in there.
Investigation. Is that what I'm rolling?
With advantage, because I'm helping you look.
I'm just waiting if that's what I'm.
Yes, investigate.
Oh, sorry, I threw my dice.
Different investigation.
Detention.
I like flung it down too. I landed in the cat toys. Okay, that's a good one. That's not so good, but the first one was very good. So, investigation. 24 again.
Okay. You look through, and in several cabinets, you find that there's several areas that are locked. And at first, like looking for a keyhole, you can't find one. Then feeling around under the desk, you realize that there's like a couple places that seem loose, and when you push them, flap opens, and there's a false bottom in several areas. You look through them and you see pages and pages and pages of handwritten notes, and several pages that seemed to be ripped from books. They detail mostly like anecdotes from the grotto of people who have fallen into what seems to be like portals and come out when no time has passed. People who have like come out terribly poisoned, who have talked about like creatures that moved. There are like tons and tons of handwritten notes. Like some things are circled, some things are uncircled, some but maybe underlined. And it seems like there's some sort of complex note-taking system where she's like annotating things in a certain way. And you can tell that there's a group of notes that are like banded together that seem like a lot more finely drawn out. And they're in like maybe slightly nicer ink. And most of them, several of them are clearly like quotations from books, and some are even ripped pages. And they're detailings of, first of all, summonings and types of summoning rituals, specifically pertaining to how those summonings affect the patron versus the thing that's summoned, or the summoner versus the thing that's summoned, and how those things, like the amount of control that thing will have over things. And then also there's a series of anecdotes of people that have made deals with like otherworldly creatures and gotten out of them.
I'll sort of present this to the others, at least, you know, based on what I've found here. Kind of go.
Does it look like it's all of one handwriting, or is there, I mean, like any notes that have been taken, is it all of one handwriting, or does it look like maybe different handwritings?
There are pages that are ripped out of books that look like different handwriting, and some pages that are compiled look like different handwriting. But of the handwritten notes, it seems to be the same.
Okay.
So she's been researching, at the very least, summoning these portals and how much control, for lack of a better term, how much control she or someone else might have over the things that have been summoned. Is that the gist of it, sort of?
Completely does not trust Tibby and wants to run for the queen's room to A, see if she showed up, and B, if she did, make sure she's not causing mischief.
Okay,
So Corey
takes off.
And then the other thing was that deals with demons, or deals with another worldly being, how to get out of them.
Right. There is a list
sort of stuff, right?
I would say, yeah, in the deals, there is a list of like a pentacle is needed, like certain candles are needed, certain herbs. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just so that I knew. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what that means. So I just wanted to double check that I understood what it was we were reading. Okay.
Yes, and what specifically those different things mean. Because, for example, like the herbs give some measure of like telepathy to the person summoning, or like stuff like that.
I'm gonna, once we've all had a pretty good look at this stuff,
I would say specifically there is a part that reads that the chalk used in a summoning is used to like bind the summoner to the creature that is being summoned. And there is like some extensive research on that.
Huh.
Okay.
do you think I should put it back?
I don't even know what to say. If we've all had a good look at it, maybe we should put it back and not rouse suspicion.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna carefully put every single thing back the way it was. I don't know if I would make a roll for that, maybe dexterity, or what would you, to make sure everything is as neatly placed back the way I found it.
I mean, you rolled like a 25 with your investigation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You put it back pretty neatly.
Okay. And I'll pop the false bottom back up and go, well,
Oh boy.
Let's leave Timmy's room right now.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And I'll lock it behind me.
Big is still like kind of leaning up against the door as you guys come out. Anything?
She's researching some stuff that I don't like. That may be exactly why we ended up in another plane and how those things attacked us at the party.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she kind of like pushes off against the wall. Really hoping you would have missed that stuff. And she's going to snap her fingers and you guys all go blind. And we're going to end the session there. That is our mid-season finale. We are going to be off next week, but we will resume the following week.
What?
Slept with the queen!
What? Damn it.
Why did I talk like that to Fig? Why did I just...
Right? Yeah.
You get me like that, Maria. You get me like that. Where you act all casual and cool as NPC, and I'm like, yeah, you're great, man. And I'm just like, tell you
It's
whatever.
brilliant. I'm like, oh yeah, she's just fun and silly, and then
You cannot
Because this whole
trust
Victoria's
anyone.
probably going to be being chased by guards and shit because she's running straight for the queen.
oh god, and Beetle's
This
toddling
whole
behind
time,
her.
I've been flip-flopping this whole time with like, maybe it's on purpose that Tibby's not trustworthy. Maria's slick enough
Mhm.
where I know she knows how to get me. Yeah.
So before we go, let's go around just if anyone has anything to plug. Abby, I know you always have something.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Oh, you were actually picking me to go first. Goodness gracious. Hi, I'm Abby. I'm your local Indigenous nerd. You can find me on Twitter at Enough of Abby. As Maria said, I'm usually always doing something. It's very concerning if you ask any of my family members or loved ones. I really should rest, but I don't know what that means. But we just had on an Exquisite Corpse Present an amazing finale. I would highly recommend checking that out, especially if you're into so much heartbreak. And keep it out tomorrow because I'll be on Milwaukee by Night starring everyone's favorite local Nosferatu, Pixie. And you know who else is a little gremlin and a creature and someone who I adore very muchly? Chris.
Hi, I'm your local Chaos Goblin. Mostly you can find me here on the various things we have going on this channel. You can also find me on Exquisite Corpse Presents, except on Saturdays. They're coming back the 10th. I will be gone. So this weekend, but weekend after, I will be back. And you know who else is on Exquisite Corpse Presents? Allison.
Me. Yeah, you can catch me this Saturday on Exquisite Corpse Presents with Abby. Maybe she pops up every now and then. Where we're gonna be doing some stuff. We were off for a couple weeks, but we're coming back. And then you won't see me here on Thursday, and you won't see me here on Tuesday. So keep on tuning in, and maybe you'll see me again. You can find me on Twitter at It's a Feral.
Beth, what are you up to?
Yeah, pass it on to Beth. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not doing all of that stuff. I'm just here on Tuesdays. And in our little mid-season break, I will be spending this time contemplating all of our decisions and wondering what the hell is going to happen next.
And Kristen.
Hey, yeah, I don't really do anything, but now I guess I'm gonna have to come up with choreography for a dance that I don't know. Anyway, I'm on Twitter, and that's at Amazing Crazy Asian, and let's be friends.
If you legitimately do a Britney Spears dance as Hone, I will give you inspiration.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Wait, Beetlebug will like turn into a snake, so you could do like the whole like.
Yes.
I am your DM, Maria Oglesby. You can find me everywhere at Maria Oglesby Art. I am on TikTok, usually doing some sort of animatic or fan art in between sessions. Instagram, Twitter. I recently updated my Redbubble and Society 6. You can find my art on there. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Although next week we do have watercolor wizardry still.
Yay.
Have a good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.